What's up YouTube? For tonight's video, we have a full Pokemon Emerald team. This one is for Patreon. If you like your theme team done, you can check it out in the description of the video under the Patreon link. Ryan, this one is for you. So basically, this is my very first Pokemon Emerald team. The best I could kind of like remember it, right? So it was a very long time ago. I was like a kid then, so it was this excuse the cringy nicknames and things like that. Anyway, people, the question of today is, what was your Pokemon Emerald team? Or if you didn't play Emerald, Ruby, or Sapphire, or if you can't really remember, what Pokemon would you have in your team? Please leave it below in the comment section. I'd like to see what your team would be. That'd be cool. Even if you can't remember them all, just tell me the ones you remember. So we have a battle on my Discord. This one was against Shiny Hardy Chris, and man, this was one hell of a funny battle. Let's get into this. So we have a Mega Metagross here against my Aggron. We've got a special Aggron too. So this Aggron, we've got Ancient Power, Earth Power, Fire Blast, and Flash Cannon. So we got the Metagross going for the Earthquake, almost taking me down to my Sturdy. I went for Fire Blast. That was the best move I really could. I didn't actually have much to even hit Mega Metagross with. It's quite a scary Pokemon. So doing over half health with Fire Blast now. Nearly went to Troppies here. They went for a Sludge Bomb. Like, what? Why? I'm not sure. Maybe they predicted me swapping or something, or it was a misclick. I'm not even... Guys, Sludge Bomb Mega Metagross. I think they've been watching too much PIMPNITE. Anyway, so they're going to swap me in the Mega. They can just take me out with any move. I'm on a low amount of health. And it's going to go for the Air Slash, and that's going to take out my Aggron. Aggron did a pretty good job denting that Metagross. I didn't expect to come out on top there. That Sludge Bomb, people. It kind of reminds me of the time when I ran Mega Metagross with, it was like Psychic, Icy Wind, and Flash Cannon. Oh dear. So anyway, we got my Delcatty here. This is a physical Delcatty. However, I'm running Wonder Skin instead of the normalized set. So Mega's going to go for a Detect, which is kind of annoying. I'm going to go for a Retaliate. Retaliate is now going to lose its base power because, you know, the one turn has passed and the KO'd Pokemon is not going to get... I'm not going to get the boost from the KO'd Pokemon anymore. So I'm going to have to swap out Delcatty. More on that set a little bit later. So I'm going to swap in my Manectric. Now, this is the first shiny I got. This was a physical set. So we got Spark, Fire Fang, Ice Fang on that one, and I've also got Howl as well. Okay, so I'm going to get hit by the Air Slash. I knew that they'd go for the Air Slash again, so that's why I swapped it in. So now the Yarnmaker's going to stand like, cool, I can go for the Spark now. This should do some really good damage. And then I get flinched by Air Slash. I'm like, oh! All I need to do is get one of this off. I might even be able to get a Paralyze on it, which would be amazing too. So the Yarnmaker is going to go for yet another Detect. Man, this is really starting to annoy me. This Yarnmaker was like the thorn in my side the entire battle. So the Spark is going to hit the Detect again, and Yarnmaker is going to get another Speed Boost. Not that it matters, it's going to be able to outspeed all my team anyway. Now Yarnmaker is going to go for the U-turn. So it's a mixed set. U-turn, obviously there for scouting. I just hang on 8 health, which is pretty good. That means I'm going to be able to get some kind of attack off against the next Pokemon. Okay, speaking of funny, this was very funny. So Lycanroc's going to come in on the U-turn. I'm going to go for Spark. It kind of does underwhelming damage. Now the Lycanroc's going to have a Quick Claw, right? And they went for a Stone Edge, a Quick Claw. That's savage. Oh, I mean, seriously, like a Rock Smash would have taken me out, but they just buried my Manectric. So now we got my Chimecho. Now this was an interesting trapping set with Yawn and Dream Eater. So anyway, the Lycanroc's going to go for the Stealth right? So mate, that's a bit annoying, but not too bad. At least I didn't get attacked. So going for the Bind. So obviously you've got to trap the opponent in with Bind, go for Yawn to put them to sleep, and then go for Protect to, you know, stall out the next turn, and then go for the Dream Eater, Max Health, and Max Special Attack with Modest Nature. Get this right. So now I'm going to go for the Yawn. It's got Vital Spirit instead of no God. What the fuck? And then it's going to go for Roar, and it's going to roar me out. I just got trolled so hard then. Anyway, so the Delcatty's going to come in. There's not really much I can do to this other than Wake Up Slap. That's the only move I have, like fighting type move on this one. I'd Retaliate, Wake Up Slap, Feint Attack. I know, amazing, right? And it doesn't actually take out the Lycanroc. Lycanroc just lives, and now it's going to go for another Roar, getting some damage off of my Delcatty. That was a max speed, max attack set. Okay, there's not much I can really do here apart from Bind, considering Dream Eater was really my only attacking move. Bind was just there to trap them in. So getting some leftover recovery. Now Lycanroc is going to get outsped. I'm going for the Bind. I knew this wouldn't be enough to take it out, right? Because it's not very effective. Chimecho's got about 2 attack. And I'm going to squeeze the Lycanroc. It's going to go for another Roar and roar me out. Man, this is such a troll. So now we've got my Swampster coming in. This is my special Swampert. Now, Swampert was MVP in a lot of the battles. The special one worked really nice. So now I'm going to go for the Earthbound. That's going to be enough to take out the Lycanroc. But man, that Vital Spirit Troll, it completely countered my Tribeca. I couldn't believe it. I was laughing for a good minute there. That was hilarious. So now we've got the opposing Swampert coming. Guys, Swampert versus Swampert. So I'm locked into Choice Specs Earthpower. So I'm not sure if I won the speed tie there or whatever. So getting that close to 3/4 damage with Earthpower. Now Swampert's going to go for this gold. Not doing too much. It's probably more of a tanky set. I'm more of an offensive set. Max health, max special attack, modest nature with choice specs. So we got the opposing swapping out, and now we got the Decidueye coming in. So obviously it's probably going to go for like some kind of grass type move. I'm guessing Leaf Blade. Earthpower still does okay damage. I'm kind of happy with that. Now I thought, well, I've got Tropius on my team, so I'm going to swap Tropius in to take the Leaf Blade, and then I'm going to see if I can go for I've gotten this set. It's a physical one, max speed and max health. I've got flies. I've got Z-Fly on this. Z-Fly. I've got Leaf Blade as well, just for some stab. And I've also got Sunny Day with Chlorophyll too to boost my speed, which worked rather nicely. And I've also got Earthquake to hit Steel types too. Now we have Toxapex. Man, my team really wasn't ready to verse some of these Pokemon, but you know, I was still hanging there to give it a go anyway. So go for the Z-Fly. This is my Tropius' strongest move. I mean, you could run Dragonets on it too. I didn't opt for running Dragonets this time. I wanted to run some other moves. So go for Super Scummy Sky Strike on the Toxapex. Now, Toxapex, as you know, has like gigantic defenses and special defense. It's so bulky, amazing recovery. So I just do under half health, and it's got Black Sludge as well. So my Z move would have been a 3-hit KO. So go for the Earthquake. Now I thought maybe if they don't go for a recover here, I might be able to take them out. Earthquake, unfortunately, fails to take it out, and now Toxapex is going to be able to get the Toxic up. So I was wondering, does it? I'm guessing it's probably going to have Regenerated, and then it's going to be able to swap out and get its health back, and yeah, that's what I was worried about. I really needed to take it out this turn, but unfortunately I didn't. So since I'm not running like a Lumberry Harvest set or anything like that, I'm going to get poisoned. Now, Toxapex is going to swap out. Obviously, they need their Regenerator boost, and we got the Decidueye coming back in here. So I'm getting the feeling that they're probably going to go for a Brave Bird run. So I've got the Sunny Day up. So I've got the Sunny Day, which is nice. Now that's going to be able to outspeed the Decidueye, unless it goes for Sucker Punch. I'm going to go for the Fly here, because although that's my best bet, you know, Leaf Blade's going to do Donkey, so is Earthquake. So go for Fly, outspeed the Decidueye, right? Now this was funny, right? On the Fly, they went for the Z move, so it's not going to work. Oh man, the amount of times we trolled each other in this battle was funny. Like my Tribeca got trolled, then I trolled them with the Z move, not hitting the Tropius in the air. Anyway, so Decidueye is going to get hit by a Fly, or one of the other Pokemon's going to have to face the music and he get hit by the Fly. They stayed in, it didn't miss, thank goodness, and Decidueye is going to go down. So that was rather amusing. So we've got, on their team, they've still got Yanmega, which is a problem. They've got Swampert and they've got Toxapex. So I'm mainly worried about Yanmega and Toxapex, right? Okay, so we got Toxapex coming in. I know that, sorry, not Toxapex, Yanmega's going to be able to go for the Detect and stall out my poison. I can't swap out because there's Stealth Rocks on the field, right? So I'm going to go down, so it doesn't even really matter. So I went for the Fly right now. The thing that disappoints me, right, is if you faint in the air, you just like appear on the ground. I wish you could just like fall down from the, I don't know, from the earth and just like smash into the ground and then faint. That'd be so much more realistic. But then again, when is Pokemon being realistic? So swapping in my Tribeca this time. I'm sorry for the cringy names, guys. These are, I was like 2 years old, so that's why. So I went for the Yawn here. Now I know they do have U-turn. I kind of force them to use U-turn. I want to face that. What I really need to do right is to face that Toxapex. This is like the only Pokemon that I think I'll be able to take it out. Swampert, even with Swampert with Earth Power, I think it's going to be a 3-hit KO. It's got gigantic special defense. Anyway, so the Yanmega's going to go for the U-turn. I've got some bulk in this, being max health, and obviously it's coming from Yanmega's attack stat, which is nowhere near as good as its special attack stat. So now we got the Toxapex. It's like, cool, this is good, this is good. I can get my plan to action. Bind does not miss, and I'm able to wrap that Toxapex, which is cool. So the idea here is I'm going to go for the Bind on the Toxapex to prevent it from swapping, so I can't get any more like scummy Regenerator boosts. And now I'm going to go for the Yawn, right? So we've got to put it to sleep. Then I go for Protect afterwards, so like I can tank that. It'll just block whatever next attack's going to get thrown to me. And then I can go for the Dream Eater, and then I can like revive my health too and do damage. So go for the Yawn. It's actually quite a good strategy. Works rather nicely on Tribeca. I mean, you can run it on other things too, probably better than this, but it was quite fun to do. So Toxapex is going to go for the Toxic. I totally never saw that one coming, guys, and I'm going to get poisoned. Now, the good thing about this is I've still got half health, and I've got leftovers as well. And I only got to like store one more turn out before I can go for the Dream Eater to get some health back too. So I can go for Protect, and Bind is also doing extra damage. So that I can, even if they go for it, like I was thinking, even if they go for Recover here, I'm still going to do some big damage with Dream Eater, and it's going to recover my health too. So as I thought, the Toxapex is going to go for Recover, and that's going to get all of its health back. So what I've got to do here is I've got to take the Toxapex out nearly at full health. So that's going to be quite a challenge for a Tribeca. So, getting some more left of recovery, the Toxic is starting to rack up. However, this turn, the Toxapex is going to go to sleep. I really have to do some kind of damage to it too. So, Bind doing a little bit of extra damage, which is nice. Now, the Toxapex is going to go to sleep. So Yawn's quite good at, like, I like Yawn's quite good at causing swaps, and if you're able to trap them, it's quite good too. So going for the Dream Eater does big damage on the Toxapex, doesn't take it out, but does wonderful damage, and now my Tribeca is going to get lots of health back, and that's going to be able to starve off that toxic damage for the next turn too. So thank goodness the Toxapex stays asleep this turn, and that means it can't swap out, and I'm going to be able to take it out while I Tribeca. So this was always my plan, to take out the Toxapex with Tribeca, right? I had nothing really. Like, my metric would have been decent. I think it would have been able to stall me out with, like, Recover though, so that was a problem. So now I can go for the Dream Eater and take out the Toxapex. It cannot swap out and get a regenerated boost back, and that is down. So I'm very, very happy about that. However, now the Toxapex is gone, I'm not going to be able to use Dream Eater again, and I'm starting to take a fair bit of damage from the Toxic as well. But that did its job. So we've got the Yarn Mega left, and we still got the Swampert left. So mainly here, I was worried about that Yarn Mega, right? Because Yarn Mega can outspeed my Delcatty, my Tribeca, and my Swampert. Now, I wasn't sure if it had Giga Drain either for my Swampert. I was really worried about that. So anyway, the Yarn Mega is going to go for a Detect again. That's going to do some more toxic damage for me. There's no point in me swapping out. I didn't want to take any damage on other Pokemon. Tribeca had pretty much done all its work, right? It took out the Toxapex. That was, its main role there. So I'm going to go down to an Air Slash, whatever, a U-turn. I was kind of hoping it'd go for U-turn, because I thought if it went for U-turn and went to the Swampert, then I could swap my Swampert in, and I'm pretty confident I could win that matchup. However, they're going to go for the Air Slash instead and take out my Tribeca, but that's cool. Tribeca did a wonderful job there. So now I can swap in my Delcatty. I know that I can't go for the, I can't go for Retaliate, right? Because they're just going to go for a Detect and be able to stall me up. So I thought, let's see if they've got Giga Drain or not. I went for the Ice Beam. They didn't have Giga Drain, so now they're going to go for the Air Slash. Praying that I don't get crit or flinched here. I went for the Ice Beam here. Choice Specs Ice Beam. It wasn't enough to take it out, but it did amazing damage. So that was really good. Now they're going to make the choice to stay in and go for the Scummy Air Slash Flinch, or go into their own Swampert, which I can't do. It's already on fairly low health. So Yarn Mega's going to go for an Air Slash on my Swampert. I tank it, and I'm able to get another Ice Beam off, and that's going to be enough to take out the Yarn Mega. Man, Swampert was MVP there. I really needed that KO too. So the last Pokemon they have is Swampert. Guys, Swampert versus Swampert. I'm not sure it's going to be a speed tie. I just went for Ice Beam because I'm locked into it. I win the speed tie, and since I'm Choice Specs, and that's going to be enough to take out the opposing Swampert, and that is game. Hope you guys enjoyed that first battle. That was really fun. And let's get on to the second battle. I needed a good drink of water. Quite a long narration today. So this second battle was on my Discord against Eckhart. Also, if I didn't mention where my Discord was, that's in the description of the video too. Anyone is welcome to come there and battle and chat and stuff. There's lots of stuff to do there. So we got a Far-Fetched lead here. It's going to go for knockoff on my Metal Man. This was max health, max special attack. It's going to get rid of my my Assault Vest. Going for the Ancient Power. Unfortunately, it fails to take out the Farfetch. I was hoping I can get like a scumbag boost there. And now the Farfetch is going to go for a Leaf Plate. It's not going to do too much. My defense is quite good. Even with that's like a critical hit. That's like terrible. And now I'm going to be able to take it out with the Ancient Power. So that's Farfetch down. I don't get any boost, but I took a Farfetch down on Pokemon, man. That's, you know, you've got to commend me for that one. Now, also, I did get an upload up yesterday because, I don't know, I was like, I'm going to upload, I'm going to edit this video. Then I went to sleep, right? So I couldn't get it done. So what I'll probably do is I'll put yesterday's upload up tomorrow. So I don't normally upload theme teams on Thursday, but I'm going to try and get that up on Thursday for you so you got like another video to watch. Right, so we got this Survivor, right? It's going for Coil. It's a physical set. Now it's going to go for the Earthquake. So it's got a +1 in attack and a +1 in accuracy. And yeah, there's no way Aggron's going to be able to leave that one covering from Survivor. Now Survivor gets some cool physical moves too. I don't def for that crit. Guys, that crit totally mattered. We need that on the I think it's about time we had that on the t-shirt. So now, bringing in my Delcatty, I can freely go for the Retaliate. I've got Silk Scarf on this as well, so I thought this would be very close to taking out. but it just takes it, unfortunately. And now it's going to be able to eat a berry, which is going to be the citrus berry. And I was expecting like a poison jab coming from this thing. Since it got like +1 attack, it's going to hit my Delcatty really hard. Obviously, it's a sweeper too and one-shot me. So getting swept by Swampert at the moment, people, I love that so much. The Swampert is a really cool Pokemon too, so I don't even care. So going into Bananasaur, I can go for the Earthquake to finish off the Survivor, hopefully, and take this thing out. I was not going to get one-shotted by Poison Jab, which I don't really want to happen. So Tropius that's probably just enough damage to take out Survivor, and that is down. It's been a while since I've used Tropius too, so it's good to actually use this again. So now we got Beautifly coming in. I was a little bit scared of a flying type move, but I thought let's go for Z Fly here. However, they're going to go for the Air Cutter, so like, oh, this is going to hit pretty hard. And I get absolutely shredded there. It was a critical hit. I don't know if that even mattered. Like, if it was like Trospex or something, I don't think it would have even mattered. But it wasn't. It was Life Orb, so I don't even think that could even matter, right? I was running a sweeping set. If I was running more of a tanky set, then sure, I would have. So, swapping in my Manectric, I can go for the Spark here on the Beautifly, and that is way too much for Beautifly. They're getting like Pokemon getting one-shotted here, left, right, and center. So, Beautifly is down. So it's a pretty even game at the moment. Now we got the Brushless coming out. So I had Fire Fang, so I thought that's pretty good. I can go for that. However, they're going to go for a Z move. Obviously, they've got higher base speed than me. It's going to be Normalium Z. So I'm like, okay. I'm thinking they're probably going to be using some sort of status type move. So they're going to boost their attack using the Z power. So it's going to be a physical set. It's going to go Z Leah, which is really cool. I like Z Leah. So that's going to drop my defense, right? Essentially, they've got a +2, right? And because it's dropped my defense and they've got a +1. So going for the Fire Fang here. Unfortunately for them, right, I burned them with Fire Fang. So that means their attack is half now. So I know that I'm going to be able to live this. But get this right. Since I got the burn right, they went for the Ice Fang. Obviously, it's a physical set. And I got Critter Bite. So they really did need that critical hit. Definitely without that burn, I would have got one shot of there for sure by Ice Fang. And that's the Frostless down to the Fire Fang. So I guess I definitely got lucky with that burn there. So anyway, we got the Wigglytuff coming out. Now, this is a fairly long part of the battle. I went for the Spark here. That's the best I can really... I was going to go for Howl to boost my attack, but I thought, nah, I don't really have the room to do that. I'm on a very low amount of health. And Wigglytuff is going to take me out with the Echoed Voice. So Echoed Voice is going to, like, get more powerful as it's used in concession. So I want to take this Wigglytuff out before it does anything. So I've got Hydro Pump Torrent on this, which is pretty powerful. But I thought, no, I could go for Earth Power, or I could go for the... It's sort of like tossing up whether I could go for the Hydro Pump or go for the Earth Power. You know, the 100% actually, or the more power. However, we got the Wigglytuff going for the Attract, which is going to be a pain in the ass because I'm going to get infatuated. So I was thinking for a bit, I could go for Hydro Pump again just to finish it off, or I'm going to get infatuated like 50 times in a row, and then the Wigglytuff's going to get all its health back. I thought, nah, let's swap out, and we'll go into Tribeca. So I thought, I might be able to get a bind up on this and go for the Dream Eater to actually take this thing up. So now, Wigglytuff is going to go for the Sweet Kiss. So it was like a really annoying, like, confusion Attract set. So there was no way I was going to be able to get an attack through with my Swampert at all, or very little chance of that happening. So the Leftovers are recovering off the Wigglytuff a little bit more. I'm hoping I can get through this and get an attack off. I do, and I'm able to get the bind off from the Wigglytuff, which is cool, doing some extra damage to it. So get this right, I squeeze the Wigglytuff, I get infatuated by Cute Charm, and then the Wigglytuff uses Attract, so I would have got attracted anyway. It was quite funny. So I guess that's there in case, you know, the Wigglytuff isn't able to get the Attract off. But, you know, it was able to get, like, it might even be able to get a Sweet Kiss up and an Attract up on the same turn if the opponent did attack them. So that's, you know, that's pretty clever. So now, there's no real chance of me attacking. I don't want to swap either because we've got the bind actually doing some pretty good damage to the Wigglytuff too. So Wigglytuff is going to go for Toxic on my Tribeca. There's not really much I can do. The only attacking move I said I've got is bind and Yawn and Dream Eater. So I've got to have the Wigglytuff asleep to be able to use Dream Eater. So I was thinking, I'm just going to stay in here and swap in my Swampert. Bind is actually doing more damage than the Leftovers too, so it's eventually going to go down. So now I break through the confusion. I'm going to get the Yawn off, which is really cool, so I'm going to put the Wigglytuff to sleep, so I can go for Dream Eater. I'm thinking it's not really going to matter too much. And now the Wigglytuff is going to go for the Echoed Voice. So they're going to try and get some Echoed Voice up against my Tribeca before, you know, my Swampert comes out. But since I've got a lot of health, I know that I'm going to be able to take that. And, of course, the Wigglytuff is going to be able to, it's going to go to sleep soon. So there's not much I can really do. I can go for Protect here or go for Bind again just to get some extra damage off. Regardless what happens, the Wigglytuff is going to go down to a bind the next turn. Okay, so I'm going to get infatuated this turn, get past that and get the Protect. So that's cool. like I said, it doesn't really matter. Wigglytuff is going to go down this turn to the bind. So there is one more Pokemon left. This last section, right, was these last 2 Pokemon were like their bulky Pokemon on the team. The first 4 Pokemon, like the Farfetch'd, the Viper, Beautifly, and Frostas, they were the more like offensive Pokemon on the team. So they kind of left their tanks to last. All right, so finally the Wigglytuff is going to go down to the bind. Thank goodness, and that is down. That took ages to take that Pokemon out. So, as I said, they got another tanky Pokemon being Walrein. So since it was their last Pokemon, I was like, I might be able to get the Yawn off. They won't be able to swap because of that's their last Pokemon. So I'm able to get the Yawn off, that was actually really important because they went for the substitute. So since I hit them with the Yawn before the substitute, that means they're going to fall asleep behind the substitute the next turn, right? And then I can go for the Dream Eater when they do go to sleep. However, I am poisoned, so I may have to swap in my Swampert afterwards to do some damage to them. But that's all good. I've got the I got the Yawn off. That was really important. So now I can either go for Bind or Protect. It doesn't really matter. I just went for Protect it. It honestly doesn't matter. Bind is definitely not going to be able to take take that substitute down. So they're a physical set. They went for the Waterfall. It's probably a good thing that I actually blocked that because I would have gone down to the Waterfall and Toxic damage. So now I can go for a Dream Eater here, which is nice. So Toxic doing some big damage to me now. I'm obviously going to go down the next turn. The Walrein falls asleep behind the substitute. That was so good that I was able to get the Yawn off. So now I can go for the Dream Eater. I'm going to get some health back too, and I'm going to be able to break the substitute on the Walrein, which is nice too. So that's the Walrein substitute, John. It's now revealed for my Swampert to come in and do some damage too. I was thinking I can just go for the Earth Power against Walrein. If it did have like Rest, the Sleep Talk already on the set, it would have already used it. So I'm guessing it's not really a stalling set. It's more of like an offensive set. Well, just with leftovers of the item. I say it would have been like max. I don't know. Maybe max health and max attack, something like that. So I'm able to live another attack from the Walrein because I actually got some more damage back from Dream Eater. Go for another Dream Eater. It's about a 3-hit KO on Walrein, so that's fine. I'm going to go down this turn, but that was really good. Like, Tribeca did amazing. It was just these last 2 Pokemon that are like so tanky. Right, so Walrein is going to be sleeping on the job again. However, I can swap in my Swampert and go for the Earth Power the next turn and try and take out the Walrein. I was estimating a 2-hit KO from that range. Walrein, as you know, is extremely bulky. Okay, so I'm going to go down. Finally, my Tribeca goes down. I could run Heal Bell on that set, but I didn't want to swap that out for Protect because Yawn and Protect was actually pretty important. So my final Pokemon being my Swampster, I can go for the Earth Power on the Swampert, the Walrein, and almost takes it out. And now Walrein is going to go to sleep again. So I think they were asleep for about 3 or 4 turns then. So that was fairly unlucky. I think they were going to go for an Ice Ball. They had like a Ice Ball stacking attack set, which is kind of like the equivalent of Rollout, right? Anyway, people, I hope you enjoyed both these battles. This last one was fairly long, like something else. I should get another upload up tomorrow to make up for Tuesday's sleeping. All right, people. Peace.